Good morning, Raider Nation. It's your boy, Mikey Raider. I haven't been feeling so good. That's why I wasn't able to live stream yesterday. And I just had to lie down. And then I'm about to go sometime later today or this afternoon. You're probably watching the video later in the evening. But I'm going to go to urgent care, see what's going on with my ear, with my body, with how I'm feeling. But hey, I'm battling through injuries, which is what the Raiders did versus the New York Jets. Let's talk about it. Please hit that thumbs up, that subscribe button. Consider donating through the donation portals that are down below in the description. Also, consider becoming a member of this channel to help out your boy buy some tacos and maybe some medicine later today. That being said, I hope I earned your subscription, and I appreciate your fandom and your friendship on this channel. Sorry I don't have all the excitement and all the uberance that I've had and the emotions for many weeks. But I'm just going to come to you and lay it out raw and on the line this week without all the emotions. Because hopefully you expect the truth and the rawness and honesty from me and this channel, as well as emotions and the occasional F-bomb. The Raiders are a different team. Again, I'm not saying anything that's new, that's different. The Raiders are a different team. For many of us, we knew this Jets game was going to be a close one. I expected more offense, but I really expected defense. And whenever I say a game is very close, within 3 points, that means I could give it to anybody. And let's be honest, with our former coach, we would have lost this game. I mean, we can't prove it, but we all know it. We had a fourth quarter comeback, y'all, without another quarterback that we're not supposed to still talk about. But we had a fourth quarter comeback against one of the best defenses in the NFL that has silenced MVP quarterbacks. Now, even during the game, I knew that everybody was going to go nuts because we weren't providing much offense. We were kicking field goals, and we had to come back in this game. We were down early and pretty much the entire game, and we came back. Like I said, we're not good at doing that with our former coach. And that proves that the pride and the excitement and the players playing for each other and never giving up, basically the will to win, was not there. This was a fantastic game of improvement in all aspects. People don't want to see it that way because they want to be blinded by the light that is scoring and quarterbacks that, run out of the pocket and look amazing and have that skill set. And I can only imagine what's on Twitter about Aiden O'Connell. The comparisons to every quarterback under the sun and our offense. And I didn't even look during the game because I was lying down. I guarantee you probably at halftime or third quarter, people were claiming bench him. Put in Jimmy Garoppolo. I know that happened somewhere on the Twitterverse. These are all too much bad, quick reactions. So, if that happened and you guys saw it, yikes. I did read something on Twitter where somebody mentioned something about Jimmy G, and I said he's a good veteran backup. I'm happy to have him as a backup. I really am. I forgot to mention it in another video where he was celebrating and looking, looking at least publicly like he was trying to be a professional. So you can appreciate that. And I did see on Twitter where people were comparing, well, our former quarterback, hopefully he's recovering, because I think he had a concussion or injured his shoulder again. So I don't want injury on anybody. But I did see comparisons where, Jimmy Garoppolo at least stayed around and is rooting on the team and being a professional. When they benched, Derek Carr, he just left. With everything we found out about McDaniels, I can't say his name, admonish me. With everything we found out about our former coach, I do know that Derek Carr gets insecure, but I don't think he would have chose to left. And I think he spoke about it at the Pro Bowl, where he said, I wish, or later in life, he said, I wish I, could at least had a few more weeks with my friends. And maybe he meant even standing on the sidelines, but I'm sure it hurt Derek Carr. And then I'm sure they gave him the option, if you don't want to be a distraction or whatever. So they put it into his head. But whatever. With whatever happened with our former coach, I ain't mad if he did decide to, I don't like these people. These people are evil. I know I'm going to miss my friends. And they gave me a suggestion where I don't want to be a problem to the team. Well, you know what? F them. They're right. I could see that happening, where they both made the decision. But hey, we'll leave it at that. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Aiden O'Connell and what he showed in this game. Yeah, he struggled against one of the best defenses, and I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm not. But when we needed it, he got us a touchdown. He stood in the pocket and he improvised to Michael Mayer. That's the problem. What technically a lot of NFL teams are missing is improvising in the red zone. You can call the greatest plays in the world, and they're not always going to work. You need a quarterback that can just stand in the pocket, create that extra second or so, find somebody open, or wait for the play to get open, or whatever the case may be. And Aiden O'Connell at that moment had a fourth quarter comeback to take the lead with the touchdown, with the perfect pass to Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer got it where nobody else could catch it, high enough in the corner toward the pylon, and he landed with it. That is a big-time quarterback improvised throw. Maybe it wasn't even improvised, but he stood in the pocket long enough, and then he moved a little bit to make it happen, and he had to throw it in the right way. That was a beautiful pass. That was a beautiful catch. And only those two could have made that play, since they worked together at the rookie camp a lot, and it was fantastic. It was a fourth quarter comeback, and they made it happen. It was freaking beautiful. So forget about the entire game and all the other issues, or the missed plays, or the, not reading the situation, taking the sack, whatever might have happened in the first half as well. Aiden O'Connell stuck with it. And the team stuck with him. And then he got it done when he was asked and when he was truly needed in that fourth quarter. Albeit we had drives where we were driving and we could have taken a higher lead, or at least another field goal to have a bigger lead, and then the Josh Jacobs fumble that really wasn't a fumble. We don't know. They couldn't see it from the replay. But it was a brilliant game by the entire team as a whole, having a fourth quarter comeback in them, and then to win it on defense. Again, I don't like that final series of drives, now that I'm thinking about it, where on third down they tried to throw the ball to end the game with like a minute and a half left. And it almost got tipped, or it did get tipped, but it, might have been intercepted or whatnot, but they didn't get the third down. Then we have to like punt the ball and give it back to them with like a minute left. I personally didn't like that play calling from the coaches, but they were going for it. They were trying to show power, and they were showing belief in Aiden O'Connell at that third down moment. They showed belief in him on the third down to get the touchdown. They were showing belief in him on that third down to end the game, to get a pass, to get a first down, and to let the time bleed out. They were showing faith in him. And that's one thing that our former coach was not doing in those instances, especially going for it on fourth down like we did. There was a 4th and 1 or whatever with Antonio Pierce, and they did a play in the red zone, or not in the red zone, but in the field goal area. I know it might have been the 50-yard line, forgive me. But still, they went for it on 4th and 1, like at the 50. And our former coach, let's be honest with you, he has no faith in anybody, especially at the 50-yard line. He would have punted it. He has no faith in our offensive line, even with Colton Miller. So he would have punted it. And we got one of the best special teams in the league. And our former coach would have punted it. But our new coach, the excitement, the RAIDER way coach, said go for it. Even though we're at the 50, we got the best special teams in the world. We can get 1 yard. And we can create a RAIDER push, like the Philly push. That shows so much belief in this team. And those little play calls and those moments, even if we don't succeed, feed into the excitement, the energy, and the pride of this team. Again, we don't need to talk about it anymore, but these are all the things that we're missing from our former coach. But if I was Antonio Pierce on that third down, to solidify the victory even further, to give them less time, I would have ran it with Josh Jacobs, let them have to call a timeout and run out of their timeouts and stuff like that. But, hey, different strokes for different folks. But we won the game on defense. And that is a far cry. And that is a change in Raider Nation if you see it. We are a different team, 1,000%. We are not the best offensive team in the league. We are not even mediocre at the moment well, you could call us mediocre, but with Aiden O'Connell, we're struggling. Okay? And let me tell you guys the hard truth. With Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback, we might have a better chance at a little bit of a better offense, at least underneath. Not deep down the field, but underneath. Whoa, how dare you say that you want Jimmy? I did not say that. I did say that he is a veteran quarterback, and he's seen other things that Aiden O'Connell has not seen, and is finally learning from playing tough defenses and all that. So that's why I appreciate that we're sticking with Aiden O'Connell. But is he the honest answer? We do not know yet. We do not know. But is he showing us good things? Yes, he is. But is Jimmy G a better quarterback at this exact moment if we needed him? Yes, he is. Not in all things, but he is a better quarterback. But again, if you're going to change the Raider way, and you're going to do it all from scratch, and you got to figure things out, and you got to put pride, and you have to put faith and belief in players, you're damn right we start Aiden O'Connell. That's the way it has to be. But if you're talking from a pure X's and O's category, Jimmy Garoppolo might have had us a little bit better of an offense in this game. early on. And am I willing to give up the pride and the faith in Aiden O'Connell to play Jimmy Garoppolo just for an extra 3 points or something like that? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But damn if I'm not proud to have Jimmy G as a veteran backup. And I know they were clamoring to bench Jimmy G on Twitter. I believe they were. I did not really look. But I know somebody was. And Antonio Pierce cannot and never should make that decision unless Aiden O'Connell is injured officially. Because those are the type of moves, even if Aiden was struggling according to the masses, and, we were just 3 points away, and they felt like I do at certain points that Jimmy G might be able to score a little bit more in the offense if he plays his game now that our former coach is gone. Again, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo will play better now that our former evil energy vampire is gone. Maybe, Jimmy Garoppolo is a little bit of a better quarterback. But it's okay. Like I said, we need Aiden O'Connell right now. But if Antonio Pierce even had that thought, I'm glad he squashed it. That's the Raider way. We got to build from in-house. We got to see what we have for the future. So I just look at this team 3 weeks removed, and I'm like, I don't recognize them from 3 weeks ago. And that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. This is not an exciting team that's going to score many, many points. This is not that type of team. And I do wish we had a quarterback that can run around with a skill set and they can build an offense around him. Because not that I have any problem with Aiden O'Connell and what do they call them? Pure pocket passers. But we're the Vegas Raiders. And the NFL is also changing to players that have improv skill sets where they can run around and do things. I mean, I'll be honest, man. I like watching those quarterbacks, when a team is down, making plays like Joshua Dobbs and everybody else. Plus, we got to compete with Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that Aiden O'Connell is not the answer. We don't know yet. I mean, is he the next Tom Brady? No, not in any sense of the word. And I don't even want that word associated with our team anymore. And for people that think Tom Brady owns part of the team, he does not. It has not been official. He owns part of the Vegas Aces, but not the Raiders. There's some legal litigation going on there where Mark Davis was trying to sell him part of the team too cheaply against the coaches and the owners' wishes. So there's something going on there. But yeah, I want the promise of a quarterback that has a more athletic skill set. But I'm enjoying what I'm watching right now from Aiden O'Connell. And I'm enjoying the improvement. Like I said, we are a different team, and it shows. Now let's talk about Mickey Robert Spillane. Okay, I hate the fact that when I see this, I'm like, is he on steroids? That's what goes through my brain. I'm sorry, guys. That's what happens. But you gotta love this guy. We had former Raider players in the 70s and the early 80s and stuff like that were all characters and different unique personalities. And that's what we're having again with this Raiders team. Now our personalities are starting to come out, whether it be Max Crosby, Devontae, his personality, Antonio Pierce, his excitement, Robert Spillane now. We are getting, as in Murph's Raiders Fan Radio, a rogues gallery of rebels and Raiders. That Raider spirit is like there. And I freaking love it. And Robert Spillane with a cast on his hand after playing or breaking his hand during the Lions game, puts a cast on it, gets surgery, still plays the next week. And then this week he gets a freaking interception to pretty much close out the game. Are you effing kidding me? That is some Raider legacy. That is some Raider lore. That is some Raider type right there. Fantastic. Then he did an interview on NBC, Sunday Night Football, where he said, and he put the damn ball in his stomach underneath his jersey, and he said, yeah, me and my wife are expecting. We're going to have our first child in July or June. Because they showed his wife. They like to show wives. Remember that. Anytime there's a new player on the Raiders, especially a quarterback, they like to show the wives in the stands. So when stuff like that happens, you got to think, is it scripted? You know, like right before a big play, they show Taylor Swift. Then a big play with Travis Kelce happens 5 seconds later, and they show Taylor Swift. They show Robert Spillane's wife 5 seconds before the play. Then he gets an interception. Then they show his wife right after the play. I'm sure it didn't happen in that order. They probably showed his wife right after the play. But still, they had to know his wife was there, and they had to have a cue sheet for the cameraman to find her. So immediately, right when he made the interception, we know where to find the wife. Do they have that for everybody's wife? Every Raider player's wife? I don't know. I'm just saying. Some things you got to think about. But still, what a play. What an exciting play to see. What an exciting character. And then they pulled out cigars again in the locker room. And Davante Adams was getting hyphy in the old school Oakland ways with beast mode and stuff like that. And it was a pleasure to see. Like I said, these Raiders are unrecognizable, and we can compete in any freaking game. We got a lot of tough games coming up, and I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon, unfortunately, just because I'm jaded. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon that we're going to make the playoffs. I just want to win more games than we lose. And even if we're 500, which you cannot be anymore, but we are 500 right now, that is a far cry from what we were when we were a shell of ourselves and we were dead and buried. I mean, they probably pulled out that ball that our former interim coach buried. You know, they probably pulled it out. I don't know what happened. But we're a fun team to watch in terms of pride, excitement, improvement, poise, the will to win. And this game was just that. This game was the Raider way game. And I wrote that in my live stream title, but I wasn't able to do it. I called it the Raider way game because I knew this was going to have to be the Raider way game, meaning everything that we consider the culture of the Raiders and the Raider way had to come to fruition in this game. Players buying in, players playing injured, going through turmoil, having lost at key positions and still winning the game, fourth quarter comebacks, winning the game on defense, the commitment to excellence, to not give up. This was the Raider way game. It was. This has solidified Antonio Pierce, the Raider players, and their commitment, and the staff and the coaches, that we're going to compete each and every week. We ain't a gimme game under our former coach. We ain't a gimme game. We're not a get-right game anymore. You know what? You're going to have to come with it to play us. I don't care if you're the Miami Dolphins. I don't care if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to fight to the bitter end. This ain't no gimme. This is the Raiders. And when you come to play the Raiders, you better come with it. Because guess what? We're bringing the wood. We're bringing the hammer. We're bringing the saw. We're bringing the knives. We're bringing the machetes. And we bring in the pain. I freaking love this team. Win or loss, we are improving and we are showing our true spirits and we're coming to life together. And they're becoming a family and they're having fun in the locker rooms. This can continue. Maybe not the victories, but the close games, the fighting forever throughout the game, this will continue. And that's what I'm most proud of. Win or losses, this is a good team. This is a Raider team I'm proud to say I'm a Raider fan. I'm a Raider fan. Do I have issues with them smoking in the locker room? Maybe drinking Cavassier after the locker room? Maybe personally, because I don't like alcohol and smoke that much. But, nah. If this gets the Raider players enjoyment and gets them hyphy, so be it. So be it. But they might expect it to happen all the time, which is a good thing. But again, like, I also want the locker room to be a place of reflection and calmness and peace, because some players might want that, and then other players want to get hyphy. So maybe there needs to be corners, you know? But if they don't want to get hyphy, that's okay. Don't judge them. Let them do them. Like Aiden O'Connell is a religious person as well. And he seems more like a quiet, chill person that might not show as much emotion as people might want. But it's okay. Like I said, we are a rogues gallery, and I appreciate it, and I freaking love this Raider team. Just quick little bit note, I watched the press conferences, and I heard different reporters asking questions to Antonio Pierce and Aiden O'Connell that I've never heard of before. They sound like regular people that became reporters. Like, they would ask questions like, yo, y'all brought it today. Y'all came up clean. You know, you played till the end, till the whistle. You know, you came out, you know, being hyphy. You know, what did you think of, you know, during that game? You know, this reminds me of the old Raider spirit. Like, it was reporters that asked questions or gave, you know, something like that, you know. It was just different. And I only heard Hondo Carpenter ask like 4 questions. I didn't hear Victor Furr, Dov Kleinman, your boy Q. Were they not invited? I didn't hear any of them. I heard brand new Raider reporters or people there. I don't know what happened. What I reported about, or I mentioned, there was infighting with Raider reporters a couple weeks back, and it didn't become mainstream news. Nobody else picked up on it from any other YouTubers that I know of, even Wi-Fi Willie, which does a fantastic job. But were they not invited? Or were they still in the locker room like Victor Furr interviewing, you know, other players, and they missed the Antonio Pierce and Aiden O'Connell press conference? I don't know. Maybe they figured they're not going to get anything more out of them, so let me stick with the players. I do not know. But it was just interesting note that I heard and I saw. So you guys let me know what your thoughts. Go back and watch it on the Raiders.com YouTube or whatever, and you're not going to recognize anybody besides Hondo. So where was Q? Where was Dov Kleinman, Victor Furr, Paul Gutierrez? I don't know. Maybe they were in the locker room. So, but still, something interesting to note. All right, guys, it's been 30 minutes. We got the Miami Dolphins coming up. I'll get you guys a review or a preview of the game if I'm feeling better, if I can get on some medications. I don't know what's going to happen. Sorry, guys. That was really bad. Fuck it, I'm being real. But we're not gonna lose. Well, we might win. You never know. The Miami Dolphins don't look that great, and the teams they've beaten haven't been their best. just a quick little thought. I know we're going to fight in that game, fight till the bitter end. But we got a couple of injuries, maybe with Amik Robinson and somebody else that happened this week as well in our backside. So hopefully we can get healthy. And we need our cornerbacks and our linebackers this week as well. And Max Crosby, I don't know if he had any sacks in this past game. I don't think he did, but he was still going after it. But for whatever reason, he's got to have a big game in Miami against Tua. And but I know it's going to be a closer game than people think, and we're not going to be. If we lose, I got to look into the game a little bit more. But if we lose, it won't be by 30 points. Maybe that would have happened with our former coach. That being said, you know what? I got to look into that game a little bit more. But all I know is I'm proud going into this game. And beforehand, we all would have picked it as a loss. We're going to get cremated. We're going to lose by 30 points. And then it would happen. But now with our new regime and our new coaches and this new Raider pride, we go, maybe. Maybe. And that's the best thing you could take away from this Raiders team under this new regime is maybe. That shows that spirit, that belief, and that faith in our new Raider team. I'm proud to say it. I like this team, and I'm a Raider. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Thank you for being my family, and I'll see you on the next video.